In Gaza, repeated airstrikes on residential buildings, schools, and refugee camps have resulted in the deaths of children. These strikes are often carried out with high precision weaponry, implying that those ordering the airstrikes are aware of the potential for civilian and child casualties. In the West Bank, children have been killed during night raids at military checkpoints or in confrontation where lethal forces were used despite the absence of immediate threats. There are accounts of snipers firing at youth from long distances and reports of the teenagers being shot in the upper body, including the head and chest, suggesting a shoot to kill approach rather than attempts to non lethal restraint. Psychological warfare and deterrence. Some analysts argue that the targeting of children serves a broader psychological and strategic purpose to instill fear within the civilian population, weaken family and community structures, and deter future resistances by traumatizing the younger generation. The visible and public nature of many of these killings amplifies the psychological impact, making it a form of collective punishment and intimidation. Under international humanitarian law, particularly the Geneva Conventions and the Convention on the Rights of the Child, the targeting of civilians, special children, constitutes a grave breach and may amount to war crimes. The deliberate nature of these killings, when proven, places being within the scope of crimes against humanity, the systematic or widespread nature of such actions may invite prosecution under international criminal law. Though political barriers have prevented significant legal recourse thus far. Jairism originally emerged as a nationalist movement in the late 19th century with the goal of establishing a homeland for the Jewish people in response to widespread anti-Semitism and persecution in Europe. For many Jews, especially after the Holocaust, Zionism has represented a vital form of self-determination and safety. However, critics of Zionism often point to the displacement and suffering of Palestinians as a result of creation of the state of Israel in 1948 and subsequent conflicts. They argue that certain expressions of Zionism have contributed to ongoing human rights violations and regional instability. It has been a human disaster to the world.